Hey, got talking to a young guy yesterday. He was 22 and he's got a pretty good job. And I was giving him a lift somewhere, and we were just generally chatting. And he's got more income coming in than what he needs. I.e., what I mean by that is that he can live reasonably comfortably. And he got on to, he's a chef by the way, and he was getting on to the fact that he's going to start this business and that business, and a couple of ideas he got, and there were sort of good ideas, but interestingly enough, this guy I've known before has got into a couple of business ideas very similar, and he's not quite got it yet. He sort of goes on the treadmill and doesn't make any money, and then on a downer, and then ends up trying to get a job. And that was the last cycle he was on, which started about 12 months ago, maybe a bit less, maybe 9 months ago. But here we are. The interesting thing is his unconscious mind was running him at this point. And what I mean by that, he had to make more money. It was quite interesting listening to the conversation. He had to make more money. And I stopped and I listened to him, and I said, yeah, well, you will make more money as time goes on. But what was really interesting was the subconscious or the unconscious mind was coming out with this pure impatience of, he's got to have it now. And I pointed to that. I said, I think what you're meaning is you want it now. It's got to be now. It's got to be now. And he went a bit quiet at that because I'd sort of pointed to it and maybe challenged him in a roundabout way. And he said, yeah. But then ignored it, went back onto the unconscious mind. And interestingly enough, when you analyse that, the whole reason, and I suppose it reminded me of me when I was a lot younger, and before I realised that my unconscious mind was running me and I needed to change that. And I was very much driven like that, gotta make money. You know what? The big one was, what for? And I just want to let that land. The big one for me was, what for? And I'm not that, hey, there's nothing wrong with making money, I'm doing that now, but I'm doing it from a conscious place, not an unconscious place. So I'm aligned with what I'm doing, I'm patient, I set my intentions of what I want, and then I allow the unfolding and see where it takes me. Because when we're in that, like I used to be and this guy is now, when we're in that unconscious place that's driven us, what the unconscious mind is actually looking for is safety and security. And that safety and security changes form as we get more successful and we make more money. And that's why billionaires, for instance, that have got loads of money keep wanting to make more money. It's because the unconscious is still driving them in a different way, but it's still driving them to create more, to create safety and security in the system. And that's where it all stems from. And I found it really interesting just to talk to this guy and notice my unconscious mind that ran me so many years ago, and how the unconscious mind was running him. So I sent him a link to a book, and the book was called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, that goes into being in the now rather than, because of course what comes with the desire and the driven thing to make money is plan A, plan B, plan B, plan C, plan D, and that's where I was. Plan. So unconscious mind again, living in the future, tells a story, and we're constantly living in the future. And if we're not living in the future, we're living in the past. Oh, that could have happened, or if I'd have done that right, this would have happened, and I made that mistake or this mistake. So really interesting conversation. The whole message here is that live in the now, and that's what Eckhart talks about in that book. And it's got some real golden nuggets in it, and I've learnt a lot from it, and I still do, because I still listen to it from time to time. I've got it on audio and I've got the hard copy. So just wanted to share that with you. and interesting conversation that I had with this guy. My name's Stephen Bones, by the way, and thanks very much for listening to my video.